stand by for action.
Thanks for joining me. My name is Dave Milner. I am the Unpleasant Blind Guy, and I want to welcome you to part one of this episode of the Unpleasant Blind Guy on EDL Radio. Now remember, if you want to contact me with comments, questions, show suggestions, Awesome American suggestions, I'm available at UBG Contact on Twitter, or I can also be found as Dave Milner or Agador, that's Aggedor, on Mublet, the Tea Party Community, Spreely, Minds, MeWe, or Gab. Now let's begin.
Never in the field of human conflict was so much owed by so many to so few. I hope, indeed I pray, that we shall not be found unworthy of our victory if after toil and tribulation it is granted to us. For the rest, we have to gain the victory. That is our task. Let us therefore brace ourselves to our duty, and so bear ourselves that if the British Empire and its commonwealths last for 1,000 years, men will still say, this was their finest hour.
We shall not fail or falter. We shall not weaken or tire. Neither the sudden shock of battle nor the long-drawn trials of vigilance and exertion will wear us down. Give us the tools, and we will finish the job.
We shall go on to the end. We shall fight with growing confidence and growing strength. We shall defend our island, whatever the cost may be. We shall fight in the fields and in the streets. We shall fight in the hills. We shall never surrender.
Into the street. Now did you read most certainly do. I love this slang. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is the English Defence League radio show, broadcasting live on blogtalkradio.com. The English Defence League radio show, the truth and the voice of the EDL. Before I continue, I'm just going to try to shut my executive producer up, who's chatting away as usual. But yes, tonight, let me read out the banner for the show this evening. English Defence League radio show, hashtag Free Tommy Demo in Manchester. And welcome to the English Defence League radio show. We host Jeff. Thank you, Dave. Thunderbolt Mitchell. And my wingman this evening is Dave, the Storm Milner. A Janet Tornado Rennie will join us when time permits. Tonight, we will be talking about the very successful hashtag Free Tommy demo. Was well represented by Danny Tomo, who made a great speech and good numbers, even though it was raining. There was talk about the MDL, Muslim Delicas, was heading towards Tommy's supporters, but typical, the hooded Mohammedans didn't make an appearance. Maybe the police wouldn't escort them this time. Ha ha ha. Also, this evening we'll be discussing other headlines making the news and the continuing Islamisation of the free world. Seems a lot of muppets out there embrace the cult of death and want to live under oppression and slavery. Well, we, the EDL, and other freedom-loving people refuse to live like that. No surrender, ever. And all that is necessary for evil to prevail is that good men do nothing. And that was by the late, great Edmund Burke. And those that make peaceful revolution impossible make violent revolution inevitable. And, of course, that was by the late, great President John F. Kennedy. And without further ado, I've got to say, we have some great people that's joining us this evening. But Dave, my wingman, my great panellist this evening, Mr. Dave Hagedorn Milner. Welcome to the show this evening, Dave.
And hello to you, Jeff. Good evening to everybody in the UK, and good afternoon to everybody in the States. Hello to everybody around the world, and, of course, off Earth. And, of course, we also have some listeners in studio. Any new people listening or heading to the English Defence League radio show chat room, welcome. All right. Well, Jeff, you know, irony of ironies, man. Not 1 hour before the show, I had a big thunderstorm roll over here, and I thought, I may wind up having to unplug my stuff, and I may not be there for the show. And guys, that's a bit of an irony, because we normally call Jeff Mitchell Jeff Spider Mitchell, but Jeff had a little bit of a rain issue the last show, didn't you, Jeff?
I certainly did, Dave. Yeah, I was explaining to some awesome people from Discord today what had happened. That you had to take the reins of the show because there was thunderbolts and lightning. Very, very frightening indeed. Galileo, Galileo, go. I can't do it like they used to do it, but yeah, it was pretty scary. I've got to admit, even my Hallowave oven cooker, it was on standby. The things just lit up. It was just amazing. Fault lighting, every type of lighting you can think. My goodness me, it was, as I say, very, very, very worrying. So I just switched everything off. I don't really worry about storms, but this one, it had me on my toes a bit, ladies and gentlemen. It really concerned me, and I know Dave was quite concerned what's going on as well, didn't you, Dave? But, yeah, we come through it. The only thing is I lost 3/4 of the show. Dave, he had to wing it. He had to do the show. And I've got to admit, he done a sterling job. Once again, Dave, a big salute to you, brother, for holding the fort while I was running around with my hair alight, you know.
Yeah, almost literally, man. Almost literally. I mean, you had stuff turning on by itself. You had a Twilight Zone episode going on inside your place, man.
Yeah, it'd been so hot during the day, and it was a fierce thunderstorm. I mean, it was electric, you know, one of those electric storms. And yeah, guys, if you've experienced it, I know a lot of you have, especially some of our good friends in the United States. And when we see storms over here, that's just nothing to what you guys see, you know. But yeah, I came through it. The only thing, the show had finished actually about 2 minutes after everything. I'd managed to, you know, things had come back, and I thought, right, I'll check on the show and at least get a couple of minutes. And unfortunately, the show had ended. So there you go. But it just happens, doesn't it? Sometimes, Dave. It was the first time ever that has happened when we've been doing a radio show. But yeah, that's it. That's just the way things are.
Well, after all these years, yeah, I mean, we let even people as old as us, you know, Jeff's about, let's see, I think, Jeff, you turned about, okay, Jeff's vintage. I'm so old I fart dust. Even people as old as us, when we say, now I've seen it all, it's almost guaranteed something new will come up that we haven't seen before. So there you go, guys.
Nice, surprises.
That it is, and I gotta say, folks, I am very happy that the whole crew, Jeff, you know, the captain of our ship is here because I didn't mind holding the fort on Thursday, but it's got to be said, the English Defense League radio show is about conversation between the host and the panelists, and sometimes between people who call in, you know, that sort of thing. And it's just not a solo effort. I do my own thing called the Unpleasant Blind Guy, which is kind of infused right now with EDL Radio to help Jeff out. But you know, I did the Unpleasant Blind Guy for 6 years, and that was a solo thing. I did it by myself unless I was doing an interview. Well, I appreciate it, man. You know, but that was that bag, and it wasn't the same vibe as EDL Radio. You know, EDL Radio was about the conversation and the back and forth. And Jeff, I'm just happy that you came through the storm okay, that you're back, and we can do a terrific show today. Yeah.
Can I let you know, Dave? We've got some absolutely awesome people that's joined us today from Discord. Let me read you a few names. I'd say this is a new gentleman I've got to know today. Is a really smashing guy. His name's David Williams. We've got a gentleman here called Remove Kabar. As I say, we've got Gary Kemper, one of a great friend of ours, great friend of the show.
Friend of the show.
So just to let you know, a few people, and so we've got a couple of people that's sitting in the studio. So yes, as I say, Discord today, I was sitting and having a conversation with some great people. First time I met David today. I'm sure I know him from time before, but a while ago. And he's got a mindset like ours, Dave. You know, the way he discusses things. And Gary, what can I say about Gary Kemper? He's the same. He's a great gentleman, great guy to know. And I was talking to these gentlemen for a number of hours. And of course, we got a gentleman here called Noddy as well. So he's joined us this evening, and he's a great guy. He's helped me through a lot of sorting out things when I've been on Discord. So Dave, just want to let you know what's going on. Everybody's buzzing away in the. He says, "Remove about. Hi, Jeff. I'm Joss. Oh, Joss. Oh, it's a threat. I know you, Joss. God bless your brother. He's not saying, hi, Jeff. I'm here also. Good on you guys, because we was a bit concerned, and because Gary Kemper was helping the great people, our great patriots, how to, what to do. Don't hit the button too hard, and of course everybody's took notice of what Gary said. So, Gary, once again, thank you for the help with our great,
appreciate it, Gary.
Great, chatters this evening. So, well, we got a lot to... Oh, my goodness me. We've got a lot to discuss tonight, guys. We really have. And, Dave, what a successful day yesterday.
It was.
It was brilliant. Absolutely brilliant day.
I mean, very nice demo. We, both Jeff and I looked at live feeds and things, and it was pouring down rain, of course. But the people came out anyway. I would say at the very least in their hundreds, if not 1,000. It's difficult just from the live feeds to give an estimate, honestly, but it was in the hundreds. It was very chill. It was very mellow.
It was noisy.
It was also
let the listeners know it was very noisy, wasn't it?
Oh yeah. Now when I say it was very chill and very mellow, I mean there was no violence or anything like that, obviously.
No.
But I mean there was plenty of singing, plenty of chanting. It was a good march. And I think that might, Jeff, have been part of the reason why there weren't more Antifa people there, because it was raining and they were worried that it would maybe wash off their top coat of filth. I don't know, man. I mean. I could be wrong, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and someone did say, don't forget the commies. Yes, we know the Antifa scumbags, what they try to do as well. Just that's to some of the guys that was speaking in the chat earlier. We know Antifa. We've seen the way they react. We see the way they are. Any trouble starts, it's that. And then we see that with the Denmark, with what was happening when the police led them to Tommy when he was campaigning. What happened there? So that was disgusting. Sorry, Dave.
It was.
I'm on a bit of a tangent. I don't know why, but I've drifted away.
Jeff, you were right on it, man.
Dave.
You were right on it, Jeff, because because that's why I put what I did in the, I added to what you put in the script there, because you were saying that the MDL didn't show up, and I was referring exactly to what you were talking about, that police escort that they got to that event, that campaign event that Tommy Robinson had, and you're right, it's completely disgusting. And just government corruption up to the neck, man. It was diabolical. Anyway, Jeff, to this one, I'd like to, if you don't mind, read a little bit. Jeff, folks, Jeff found this article here. This is, by the way, from the Manchester Evening News. Okay, just to give you guys a little taste.
And it is a left-wing rag. Let's just say that, Dave. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Your typical lefty birdcage liner. Okay. Headline on this one, guys, is supporters of jailed. I hate when they use this phrase. Far right activist Tommy Robinson held a protest inside the Arndale Center. Okay, that's the headline, and the subhead on this one is, witnesses say about 80 to 100 protesters. See, that's garbage. They always do that. To the new listeners, you can count on the local lefty media or any of the lefty media to lie and say the numbers were less than they actually were. Like I said, it was the hundreds. Okay, to continue with it, the subhead, witnesses say about 80 to 100 protesters marched through the city center before unfurling a Free Tommy banner on a first-floor balcony in the shopping center, okay? And for you guys in the United States, that would be the second floor, okay? In the UK, they refer to the first floor as the ground floor, all right? Now, let me get up into this. Okay, Supporters of the jailed former English Defense League leader, yeah, proud of him too, Tommy Robinson, held a protest inside the Arndale Center this afternoon. Video from the scene shows a group of, again, they lie here, about 80 to 100 protesters chanting after unfurling a banner reading "Free Tommy" on a first floor balcony outside next. Which I thought that was kind of cool. If you look at that picture in the slides, people, on the show page, it reads next, and then underneath that is the Free Tommy thing, and it's like, yeah, that's kind of appropriate. Next, Free Tommy. Anyway, earlier the group had gathered in St. Peter's Square before marching through the city center. Yeah, and it was, as we say, guys, it was a kind of a soggy march, but they made it. All right, now let's see here. One witness who asked not to be named said there must have been about 80 to 100 people there. Yeah, right, sure. Yeah. They were at St. Peter's Square first.
By the sounds of it, by that.
Exactly. They were first in St. Peter's Square about 1:15 p.m. Then they must have marched to the Arndale because I saw them again in there later. They were on the balcony near next and were chanting and holding up a banner. Okay, let me scroll down here a little bit, guys. A lot of pictures in the way and everything, but there you go. Okay, and not much more to this, folks. They were making a load of noise, and I think some people were a bit intimidated by it all. There were also
rhubarb and custard, Dave. That's what I'll say. That rhubarb and custard.
There were also a load of kids riding their bikes round inside the Arndale. Now, I don't know if it was all just a bit weird. Now, I don't know if the kids. I don't believe that the kids on the bikes were part of the demonstration. I think the interviewee they chose to put in their birdcage liner here must have been smoking something. Jeff, what do you think, brother?
Yeah. Can I just make a bit of response, just slightly, Dave? I don't want to throw you off the thing, but I would say
go for it,
those kids that are riding around on their bikes, these young people that are riding, wanted to be a part of history. That's what they were seeing history as this unfolded. And there was a gentleman who's there, who's sitting in the chat room, is Noddy 10. He was there, and he goes on to say, he said, and a lot of them are saying hello to you, Dave, and you've got to come and join us on Discord. That's what they're saying. He said,
folks.
Hi, it was great in the Arndale Centre. I attended the demo. It was great. So there you go. That's from someone who's sitting in the chat room this evening, a great gentleman as well.
Beautiful.
Yeah, I see that, Dave. Dave just dropped me a little message there. That's just, I didn't want to stop you in your tracks there, but I just wanted to let you know that we had a gentleman that was there, a good man. I was talking to him earlier, and so it's good to see that we had people that was on the ground there when it was going on, and the numbers that they talk about, the left wing, what they said between 80 and 100. I hear that there could have been up to 500 people. So there you go. There's a little bit different between 80 and 100, isn't it, Dave, to what they were saying? But that's what they will say. But please continue, buddy. Sorry about that, mate.
No. Listen, man. You know, it's your show. You always get first crack at anything that comes out of the gate, man. You know, and I appreciate you finding that article. It's a good example, though. We see this from the media every time there's an EDL demonstration, every time there's a demonstration for Tommy Robinson, every time there's a demonstration to support veterans. If it's any kind of a demonstration that supports anything at all center or right of center, the lefty media lies about it. I mean, these people have sold their souls for a paycheck. They're disgusting, man. I appreciate. Go ahead, man. Please.
Those people are the enemy of the people now. They don't speak, really. All they speak on behalf of a left-wing narrative, and that's it. They always will do. But the truth of the matter is that most people, common-sense people, see through this charade of what they are attempting to do. And can we give a little bit of a thing to the press and the media out there? Your days of presenting the untruths, the misconception of truth, is almost over. You do realise there's a new media out there, and it's citizen journalist media. That's what you got. And we're going to take over, and you are going to see how things should be done and will be done. The future is not yours. You're the dinosaurs of what's the word again? Misconception,
misinformation.
Lies.
Yeah.
Yep. The whole thing. Dave, we have got a caller. He's just raised his hand, so I was wondering before we move forward if we would take this gentleman, or it might be lady. You don't know, do you, Dave? So
well, Jeff, you know what? You know what? It's getting close to the top of the hour. So what I'm thinking about here is, if you will wait about 3.5 minutes, we can do our SHR Media promos, and then we'll get right to your call. What do you think, Jeff?
I think that's absolutely. I didn't realise the time goes so quick when we do these shows. I didn't realise we're almost at the top. So cool. If you just hang on just a couple of 3 minutes or so, we will get straight back to you and bring you on. Okay. So, Dave, if you like to do what you do, great. Let's roll with the. Let's roll with it.
Okay, guys. Now, the English Defense League radio show is associated with SHR Media, which is a podcast network here in the United States, and they have a lot of great shows, including my own, The Unpleasant Blind Guy, where this show is kind of sectioned off and repeated. You get a little bit of a new thing every day. Just go to the Unpleasant Blind Guy page at Spreaker.com, and you'll find it. Okay. In fact, this show will be repeated starting on the 24th of August. So we've got a few out there for you to listen to, and I'll give you my show times and everything a little bit later in the show. But for now, all right, check out these shows that are available from SHR Media. And here we go. You guys are listening to the English Defense League radio show. This will be about 3.5 minutes.
Conservative media done right. You're listening to the SHR Media Network.
Hey, this is Michael Wright.
And I'm Shannon Wright.
Join us for The Right Way with Shannon and Mike, Monday through Thursday from 7 to 9 a.m. right here on SHR Media.
Why are they joining us?
For fun things like sports, politics.
Oh, maybe some news and entertainment?
And all kinds of other things.
Money and recipes and events, all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, so join us Monday through Thursday, 7 to 9 a.m. here on shrmedia.com.
From a public locker inside a dilapidated Long Island rail station comes a show designed to piss off liberals using truth, facts, and ridicule. The Lid Radio Show, featuring the conservative voice from the People's Republic of New York, the Lid himself, Jeff Dunnett. Tune in every Wednesday at 2 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Pacific on the SHR Media Network. Go to shrmedia.com. At Lid Radio, we fight for the truth, justice, and a good kosher T-bone. If you don't listen, Hillary Clinton might sneak into your bedroom in her housecoat late at night and blame you for her election loss. It's the Lid Radio Show with Jeff Dunnett.
It's your business diva here, Melanie Collette. I am inviting you to a front row seat as I discuss some of the most intriguing details of wealth and finance with today's movers and shakers in the world of business. Listen in and discover financial truths on a global, domestic, and household scale. Uncover topics that will impact your wallet today and in the future. Money Talk with Melanie airs Monday through Friday, 5 p.m. East, 2 p.m. West, right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Talk Radio. You can't afford to miss it.
New show on the SHR Media Network, Sackheads Against Tyranny. On shrmedia.com. Go there quick like a bunny, 11 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Pacific, every Wednesday. Live and direct on the SHR Media Network. shrmedia.com. Be there.
Broadcasting behind enemy lines in occupied California, a mere 2 miles from the state capital, the bloviating Zeppelin's Berserk Bobcat Saloon radio show can be heard every Tuesday and Thursday night at 8 p.m. Pacific and 11 p.m. Eastern, only on the SHR Media Network. Go to shrmedia.com to listen. You can also watch on the SHR Media Facebook page and the SHR Media YouTube channel. No goldfish were abused in the making of this ad. Conservative media done right. You're listening to the SHR Media Network.
And that is it for this time. Next time, part 2. I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you for listening, and may your God go with you. Goodbye.
The Unpleasant Blind Guy is copyright 2019. Anno Domini.